Long ago, in a land filled with rolling hills and green valleys, there lived a people known as the Israelites. This place was called ancient Israel, a country where families built their homes, farmed their fields, and raised their livestock. Our story begins here, in a time distant from our own, where life was connected to the land and the seasons. During this period, the people of Israel often faced difficult times. Their land was frequently visited by groups from nearby regions, especially the Midianites, who would come with their camels and tents. These visitors would take away crops and animals, leaving the Israelite families with little for themselves. This made daily life very challenging, and the people longed for a time of peace and security. Into this world steps a man named Gideon. He was a farmer, much like many others, working his land to provide for his family. Gideon was chosen for a special role during these hard times. He was a person who listened and followed instructions, preparing himself for a task that would prove to be quite unusual. Before the main events of our story, the people of Israel had gathered an army, ready to stand up against the Midianites. Gideon was there, following the leadership and preparing alongside his fellow countrymen. Thousands of men had assembled, all ready to protect their homes and their harvest, creating a large camp, strong in numbers and determination. Then, a message came to Gideon. It was a clear instruction that the army assembled was too large. The message stated that if too many people were present, they might think they had won the battle all by themselves. So, Gideon was instructed to tell anyone who felt afraid to return to their homes. Gideon, trusting the instruction, prepared to deliver this message. Gideon then announced this instruction to the gathered army. He spoke to all the soldiers, telling them that if anyone was fearful, they were free to go back to their families. Upon hearing this, many thousands of men chose to leave the camp and return home. Their fear led them to step away from the upcoming challenge, greatly reducing the size of the assembled force. Even after so many had left due to fear, the divine message for Gideon stated that the remaining army was still too numerous. A new and specific instruction was given to further reduce the group. Gideon was told to take the remaining soldiers to the water and observe how they drank. Those who lapped water like dogs were to be separated from those who knelt to drink. This presented a significant challenge, as each reduction made the task of facing the Midianites seem even harder for Gideon. This specific observation at the water proved to be the key turning point. Out of the many thousands who had first gathered, only 300 men were chosen by the method of how they drank. These 300 men were then given a unique set of tools, trumpets, and empty jars with torches hidden inside. This small group, with their unusual equipment, was now ready to move forward with the plan. With just 300 men, Gideon put the divine plan into action. Under the cover of night, the small group surrounded the vast Midianite camp. At a signal, they broke their jars, revealing the bright torches, blew their trumpets with a loud sound, and shouted together. The sudden noise and lights caused great confusion among the Midianites. In their panic, they began to fight among themselves, thinking they were being attacked by a much larger force. This showed how a smaller, focused group, following a precise plan, could achieve a powerful result. As the Midianites scattered in confusion and fled, the other Israelite soldiers who had gone home earlier were called upon to help pursue them. The immediate threat to the land was removed. Over time, the remaining Midianite forces were dealt with, and the land found a period of quiet and rebuilding. The constant raids stopped, and the people could once again work their fields and care for their animals without fear of their harvests being taken away. This story teaches us that true strength is not always measured by how many people are present or how big a group might be. Sometimes, having fewer people, but with a clear plan and strong trust in that plan, can lead to a great accomplishment. It shows that a unique approach can be more effective than simply having large numbers. After these events, the land enjoyed a time of peace and rest from the challenges it had faced. Gideon, having completed the task he was given, returned to his home and family. The people could now live with a renewed sense of calm, able to focus on their daily lives and build for the future.